Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into something pretty profound, actually. The whole idea of true love. And our source material for this, it's called The Enigma of True Love. The title alone kind of sets the stage, right? An enigma. And our mission isn't really to define it, not today anyway. It's more about why this source frames the whole mystery in this very specific way. Because it really centers on just two questions. They seem simple, maybe, but, they're fundamental. The first one it asks, right up front, is this: does true love exist?
Yeah, and what's fascinating there is how that question hits you immediately. It doesn't just assume it does. It kind of frames it as, well, maybe it's debatable, or at least complicated.
Exactly.
Which suggests that, for a lot of people, it's not a given.
Yeah.
And calling the source the enigma, that starting point makes sense.
Right, and then here's where it gets, for me, really interesting. Because right after that big sort of philosophical question, the source just completely shifts gears. Bam. It hits you with the second question. Have you experienced true love?
And that pivot, that's everything, isn't it? If we connect this to the bigger picture, going straight from the universal, the abstract idea, to something intensely personal, something about your experience, that's the core of this enigma.
It really is.
It makes you, the listener, stop just thinking about some concept out there.
Yeah.
And forces you to actually look at your own life, your own feelings.
Turns the mirror right back at you.
Precisely. It takes this huge abstract thing and makes it incredibly personal. That jump is the enigma the title talks about, I think. It's suggesting the real mystery isn't just like what love is in theory, but how, or even if, we recognize it, feel it ourselves.
That's powerful, that introspection. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Why this approach? Why these two questions instead of, say, diving into psychology or history or definitions?
It's a really bold choice because so many other texts, they try to define love from the outside, right? Using philosophy or science.
Sure, the usual frameworks.
But this source just bypasses all that.
Yeah.
It seems to say, okay, forget the theory for a second. It forces this direct encounter with your own lived reality. Maybe the enigma isn't just the concept itself, but how our personal, often kind of messy experience lines up, or doesn't, with this big universal idea we talk about. It's like holding up a mirror, definitely not a textbook.
So it's almost suggesting maybe the only real way to understand true love is through that personal lens. Like, your experience is the ultimate measure.
That seems to be the implication, yeah. It's quite profound. It essentially puts you, the listener, in charge. You become the authority on what true love means to you.
Right.
Think about it. If you gave this source, these two questions, to totally different groups of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like philosophers versus, people who just got married or people going through a breakup.
The answers, or even just the feeling of the questions, would be wildly different.
Exactly. The enigma would resonate completely differently. It shows how much our own stories shape how we see these huge ideas.
That's a really key point. It's not passive learning, it's active reflection, finding answers inside, not just outside. Okay, so wrapping our heads around this, what does it all mean? This deep dive into the enigma of true love, it really shows how the source uses just these two questions working together. The big one, does true love exist? And the intensely personal one, have you experienced it? It's not just asking things, it's the way it asks. It shifts the whole game from looking for some external definition to exploring your own internal world, your own experience. That switch is the enigma here.
That's it, exactly. The source isn't handing out answers, no neat definitions. Instead, it gives you this framework, these two questions. And they just compel you to do some pretty deep personal thinking about something that, stays an enigma. It's an invitation, really, to engage with your own feelings, your own history. Which raises a final thought, maybe, for you listening. How does having these two questions side by side, does it exist? And have I experienced it? How does that make you look outward at this big idea, but also at the same time force you to look inward at your own specific life? And what does holding both those perspectives at once, what does that tell you about love? Or maybe just about yourself?
Definitely something to ponder. It's been a fascinating journey into how we even frame the question of true love. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.